He's the huge babyface champ. He's the face of Monday Night Raw. But man, these boos start to really build some momentum. And I'm curious, when that happens, what does Vince pay attention to and what is he a little hard of hearing about? Like before you were back, I know we don't talk about modern stuff, but before you were back, fans were not really into Roman Reigns. And boy, they are loving them some Roman Reigns today. So in the end, Vince was right. But I'm curious, did he have that same vote of confidence, do you think, at the time in John? Like, pay them no mind, whether they're cheering or they're booing, we're getting a reaction, and that's what we're looking for. Is that the
Well,
approach?
no, the approach is you listen to everything.
Okay.
Okay. Go back and listen. Listen to the reaction John got on his entrances. Listen to the pop John got when he won a match. A little higher pitched, obviously much younger and a little not as much bass in it. And it definitely outweighed the boos. If you really want to be honest, if you want to go on and go, no, they were booing him, and that's all you want to hear, great, go hear that. But you got to listen, and you also have to look at it and go, we're selling out of John Cena merchandise before intermission. There's young adults, young males, that thought it was cool to boo him.
Right.
But there were more parents and kids that liked his message, liked him, and bought his merch.
Right.
And believed that he believed. So the audience member believed in their guy, that being John Cena, because John Cena believed in John Cena. My son, Kane, when the first Rock Cena match, I was with TNA. And Kane says to me, he says, he goes, this is so cool that WWE got Dwayne Johnson. Isn't that cool? Because
he missed it.
He wasn't there. He wasn't around for The Rock.
Right.
And at that time, Rock was Dwayne Johnson. And so to Kane, WWE got Dwayne Johnson to do The Rock.
Right.
Now, it wasn't The Rock returning to him. And in listening to their promos, those guys were so great and it was all so real. And just, you felt the emotion. But Kane said, and I said, well, who do you want to win? He goes, oh, Cena. He goes, Cena's real. He says, I believe what John says when he says it because he's the real deal. Now, this is coming from
a fan.
Mouth of babes, Okay,
yeah.
This is just, he was 11 years old, 12 years old, whatever it was at the time.
Right, right.
And I'm on the road and I might have had a couple of adult beverages and I called John, left him a message and he called me right back. He was deadheading to the airport. He was out on the West Coast somewhere. And I said, wow, I didn't think you'd call back. He says, well, you called me. I said, yeah, I just wanted to leave you that message. He goes, how you doing? We talk a little bit. And I told him that story about Kane. And he goes, wow, thank you. And he goes, because it's true. And I said, yeah, I do. And he says, went through the I love yous and all that good stuff. But, here John was doing everything he was doing at that time on the road to WrestleMania, doing all this stuff in a car, not with a driver. He's driving himself to the airport to make a red eye to get back to the East Coast because he had something to do first thing in the morning on the East Coast. But took that 10 minutes to return my phone call because I said, hey, I just want to share a story with you, man. I hope you're doing well. Just, well, you called me, so I called you back. That's who John Cena is the human being. So the audience that was booing John Cena, they booed him because they thought it was cool. It's different. It's against the grain. And the audience, they cared. Booing him, they cared. I'm going to boo him. I'm going to let people know I don't like John Cena. Hey, great.
Right.
Thank you. And thanks for coming out and enjoying the show tonight. Appreciate that. The other side of it, the parents and the kids that believed in John Cena because they finally had somebody that was true to his word, was entertaining, could be edgy, but he was real. And there was that, you can have guys that are real, but not feel that they're real. It's like it's too good to be true. John's just John. And that's why I think it worked.